That brings me to the Patriots. So I wrote my column last week that I discovered and I reported that Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, told people in private that he's close to that the plan is to stick with Jerod Mayo. It's a 3-year plan. They knew there were going to be bumps and bruises here. They knew this was going to be a learning experience. First-year head coach. I don't care how good you are as a coach. Your first year is hard. And I give Kraft credit for getting that and understanding you're following the greatest coach of all time. It's not going to be smooth sailing. And when I reported that, I understood it. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense that he wants to do it. You can have your own opinion about whether or not you think that's a good move or not. But I also added in the reporting that that's the plan unless something goes crazy, unless the plane is crashing. Now, I wouldn't say the game against Arizona is like a nosedive and this thing's exploding, but that thing isn't in the air. That plane is not soaring. And I think
what
this
needs, then what needs to go wrong?
I believe that Jerod Mayo needs to put out a really good coaching performance to wrap up the season. I think he's got to lock this thing up to ensure.
Wow.
I don't think they're looking at this like this season doesn't matter. I think they want to see that he can do it.
But
they want
Dianna,
to see
that's sort of crazy because, first of all, he had a rookie quarterback. They didn't start the rookie quarterback. They didn't start Drake May. If they would have started Drake May, things would have been different. Now, their offensive line sucks. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They're not great. They played better this year. But their next 3 games are Bills, Chargers, Bills. What are you expecting? You're going to lose all 3 of those games unless the Bills rest their starters in Week 18. So, you're telling me the plan is already crashed out because they're not winning those games. Do they not need to get blown out? Do they need to play them close? And if you're that close to a decision, why not fire the guy? You know what I mean? It's like, if it's that close, it's like, oh, I don't know. It's like, why don't you move on?
Because I think it's hard. I think Kraft really believes in him. I think he wants him to be great. He wants Mayo to work out. Obviously, the former player connection is always valuable because this is someone who understands the Patriot way, who wants to do things the way Robert Kraft is comfortable doing them. So you already get the nod there. But the version that we've been getting, whether it's the coaching, whether it's some of the stuff off the field, whether it's dealing with the media, throwing his OC under the bus a bit there, the Krafts don't want that. That's not their brand. So you have to wonder what's the definition of plane crashing to them? And I don't know what that is. I don't know what the Krafts have in their office going, watching the film, listening to the pressers going, oh, yep, this thing's exploded. I can just tell you, I don't think Arizona helped him. I don't think Arizona was a game that made them go, you know what, this is a bump we're willing to take, and even the fallout after the game. So you mentioned these tough, Bills, Chargers, Bills, not only talented teams but tough teams. So we'll see how this goes. But a lot of owners are hesitant to making moves unless they feel like they've got a better option. So you have to wonder if Kraft thinks that there's someone out there that could maybe possibly come in that could be better.
That's what I was going to ask. Who is that? Because, obviously the former Patriot with ties is Vrabel, right?
Yeah.
I've wanted Vrabel in Chicago, but personally.
I know.
But is there a world where Robert Kraft's thinking in the back of his head, well, there's still Vrabel out here. Is that a possibility?
How could he not, right? First of all, he has great relationships with that class, right?
Yeah.
Teddy Bruschi, Willie McGinnis, Tom,
the whole thing,
obviously Vrabel, all of them. That to me was always sort of a top shelf organization when it comes to dealing with their alum. Obviously they won so much together, so of course they had that good relationship together. And then remember last year, Mike Vrabel was inducted into the Patriots Ring of Honor. He sat in the suite with Robert Kraft. There was always respect there. I think there's always been kind of, hey, we're the Patriots, we're proud of you, you've represented us so well. But obviously Mike Vrabel is the top candidate in the coaching world right now in terms of teams all wanting him. So How could Robert Kraft not want that?
I feel like the NFL is the biggest soap opera of all time. And I
My
love
question
it, every
is,
bit of it.
when push comes to shove, if this thing were to spiral, does Robert Kraft have it in him to go, I made a mistake, and I'm going to give Mike Vrabel a call before the Chicago Bears swoop in, before the New York Jets swoop in, before the New Orleans Saints swoop in, before the Jacksonville Jaguars swoop in, before Ohio State. Just kidding. I heard that rumor. I don't know if that's true. I was kidding. Don't clip that.
Clip that.
Who knows? Who knows? Right now he's the hot guy. So I just think for someone with options, you got to wonder at what point here do the Patriots go, if we're going to shift, we better get in this race. Thanks for tuning into Scoop City. If you want to hear more, make sure you like and subscribe. We drop our new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.